Am I an atheist? No. The reason being is because most atheists don't realize that they believe something, that they still believe there isn't a God, without any real proof, or without any understanding of other religions. They simply say other people believe in God and there just simply isn't. Well, I'm not necessarily like that. I'm never trying to destroy somebody's belief in God. I'm just trying to get them to answer that for themselves in a real way. Because it doesn't matter how I tell you how to do it. It just matters that you make it real for yourself. Is God real? Well, that's up to you. And my website and what I talk about is hopefully going to help people find out how to do that. Based on how I do things, just how I do things. You may do things different. I don't want you to do them my way. I'm just going to share my way, because I don't think a lot of people understand the way that I do things. The way that I try to understand the world and God and things like that, etc. My button came up. I'm just going to leave it undone. I look like a drug dealer, but that's not a good thing. But, no, I'm not an atheist. Because I do believe we could have possibly been intelligently designed. Not exactly like in the Bible or in the Quran or Allah or no, all these names, no. But we could have very possibly been intelligently designed. I recently did a video on the robots that we're creating, and it just a small reconfirmation that I do think that it's very possible we were intelligently designed, that we didn't necessarily design ourselves, that we're a result of other changes, and those changes could have been a result of other thinkers, of other people who use their imagination, things like that, not just some random accident. And a lot of atheists believe that it's evolution and all these things, and I'm not saying I'm nearly educated enough to make decisions based on those, and that's exactly why I'm not an atheist. It's because I'm not going to decide based on any of that. I'm not going to decide whether or not I'm going to do this or I'm going to live this way based on misinformation. It's very possible we were intelligently designed, or maybe very possible that we were, something created us. I don't think it's anything like in the Bible. I don't think the Bible is what I should live by. And I just talk about Christianity a lot just because I know it pretty well. I've dealt with it a lot in my life. Maybe some history. I grew up Wiccan, and if you check out my website and you go to About, you can read all this about me, but the video is nice. I grew up Wiccan. I grew up with a Wiccan family. My mother's a high priestess in the Wiccan faith. I've been around a lot of religions, just specifically because in school I wore a pentagram and they told me I couldn't. And I fought to have that changed in the school district in Roswell, New Mexico. And when I did that, a lot of pagans, and pagan is different than Wiccans. Pagan is different than Wicca. Pagan just means non-Christian. So atheists, you're pagan. So a lot of pagan religions came around me. So I've been around a lot of Indian religions. I've been around a lot of deists, independent religions, and I've seen something wrong with all of them, and it's belief. It really is. I've singled it down to one little thing, and I hope I can keep going further and maybe find out something more. But for right now, it's belief. People have bad beliefs, and they dig so far, and then they stop. And then they make decisions based on that, and other people don't understand them, and they need to make a choice on something they don't understand. And then blind faith comes in, and then everybody's making decisions because one person understands it and another doesn't, and blah, 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 blah. But growing up Wiccan I was on the other side of the typical Christian world. I didn't start off Christian and lose God or anything like that. Wiccans believe in gods. There's more than one, really typically two. The god and the goddess being the earth, the everything that is knowable, just the earth. People think the goddess is beyond that. No, just the earth. God is everything else. God is the universe. All the things we don't know about. That's what God is in the Wiccan religion. In most pagan religions, actually. But not like the Indians, they believe that God is just male. But I'm not going to get into that. So I grew up Wiccan. When I was 17, I took what they call a sabbatical, which just means I doubted my faith, and they give you a sabbatical, which means, okay, we'll go out and find the truth, and then if the truth is still Wicca, whenever you're done, then you can come back to the faith, and because you sort of swear an allegiance to the faith, to defend it and educate people on it and do it right and things like that. So anybody you see around wearing gothic, earring, earplugs, blah blah blah, and they're Wiccan, they're probably not doing it right, and they probably haven't sworn into the faith correctly, because they're not representing it correctly. I mean, this is pagan. Some collared shirt wearing guy that stays at home and designs websites all day. An everyday Joe. I had a small stage in high school where I was gothic, and then, I was 16, broke out of that, and that's just because the gothic thing sort of floats around Wicca and pagan religions, and that's a bad thing. I mean, just because it's so noticeable, I mean, it makes everyone that's Wicca and gothic a celebrity of Wicca, and that's just, it's not representing the faith or the religion properly. So I guess this video turned out to be more about history, more a little bit about me. I want people to know a little bit more about who I am and what I come from and where I come from. I come from a small town. I always say Roswell, New Mexico, but there's actually a smaller town right below it called Hagerman, New Mexico. And it was a little tiny small country town, very Christian town, Baptist, and we existed in an awkward way there. Let's just say my childhood was interesting. But, I mean, who I am now is because of all that. I mean, being Wiccan, we sort of are immersed in the Christian religion because we're often defending ourselves with them, and we want to understand it. So I've read a lot about Jesus. I mean, I'm just going to show you a book. I have these kind of books everywhere. Jesus is really like... I want to talk about Jesus a little bit before my time runs out. I have a couple minutes. He wasn't anything special to anyone, to everyone. But through the stories, he's definitely someone special to me. And I know all the Christians are going to comment probably and be like, oh, he's touching your heart and stuff like that. Look at my other videos about heart. About things I've said about, your heart. He just was, from the stories, from what I can tell, because there's only books, there's no videos of people, of Jesus talking, just books. I can tell that he was just a person who wanted to help people. Just like me. I mean, I really just want to help people. I want to do what I can to help people understand what's going on around them. Because it's very important. And I don't have enough time, and everybody's going to think I'm trying to be Jesus or something. But I just want everyone to know that, Jesus wanted to help people realize what they need to do. And he tried to do it in a big way. I'm just trying to do the same thing any way that I can, even on YouTube, in a small way. Because if you try to do it in a big way, people think that you have to do everything they say and everything they do, and that's not what I'm wanting anybody to do. Do everything I say? No. I'm just wanting people to change in a small way, and I want to help them. So, my time's running out. I should get one of those director account things. Whatever. I'll see you later.